Hi, guys. I would normally say happy Wednesday, but I'm not feeling very happy today. Um, I even debated about canceling this live because I'm just kind of like, I'm upset. I'm not gonna lie, I'm upset. I've cried a few times and I'm just very like disheartened with what's taken place today. So, but anyway, just praying for Charlie Kirk's family and that the person that did this is brought to justice swiftly and to the full extent of the law because it's disgusting. So that's true, big country. Yeah, tears are good. Sometimes you just got to get it out. Yeah. I'm a strange combination of very, very angry. I kind of feel like I did getting up that morning and watching the planes hit the towers. That's kind of the same feeling I have right now, if I'm being really honest. That's what it feels like. Obviously not on the same scale, but it's been like building and building and building and building, and I just feel like this was, I don't know, the culmination of a lot of things. So 100% prayers to all of Charlie's family and friends. Yeah. Yeah. But I decided, like, I had one friend on Facebook that who was very left leaning, who posted something pretty disgusting after it happened, and I called them out on it. And a bunch of other people then gave them the courage to call them out on it, and they then turned off comments. And I'm sure they'll unfriend me or block me or whatever after that, but that's okay. So, you know, like, I'm just not going to be quiet anymore. Usually I don't try to rock the boat, but I'm okay with a little boat rocking now, is kind of how I feel. Laura, prayers that our family is devastated. We loved his debates and his love of Jesus. 100%. Yeah, kind of how I feel too. You know, um, yeah, I cried when they announced that he was actually gone. Like, I had hope until then. And well, once I watched the actual footage, I was like, ooh, I don't think he's coming back from that. But I've sent some of my friends saying the same vile things. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. And it's heartbreaking because it's the people that don't see it, that can't get in touch with their own humanity, you know. It's like, I don't know. It's beyond comprehension, you know. So I don't know. I don't want the whole life to be about that, though. I don't know. I said my piece on Sippin' and Spillin' that I went ahead and posted today. I was going to post it tomorrow, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to post it today. Um, so I went ahead and posted it there. So if you want to hear my full thoughts on it, it's on Sippin' and Spillin'. But yeah, it was evil and it was awful, and it's an attack on what America stands for, which is the exchange of ideas and free debate and the First Amendment, and you know, as he should. Billy Tyson, yeah, I believe he should. No, so the shooter's still on the loose. Apparently the person that they initially detained, that they splashed his name and picture everywhere, unfortunately, he was in an altercation with somebody else on the event property, and um, he was being detained for that reason. But the media and people saw that and posted it, and that was not. It was misunderstood that he was the suspect for the shooting, apparently. And so the person who did this is still at large, as far as I know right now. I haven't checked the news in a little while because I was driving Frankie to church and just got back in time for the live. So thank you, Paul. I don't know. They haven't confirmed anything with regards to that bee stone. Whether he was on the roof or in the crowd, it sounds like he was probably on a roof, um, but he was probably at no more than 200 yards away. So, and it was a larger caliber, um, judging from the video and the wound. So, thank you, boys. I appreciate it. I've been I've been crying. So I feel like my eyes are probably puffy and you know a 5.56. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But I'm hopeful that we'll have, I know I just heard that President Trump ordered all the flags at half-mast, uh, effective immediately through the 14th in honor of Charlie. Um, Obviously, we have 9/11 Remembrance Day tomorrow, which obviously the flags would be flown at half-mast for that to honor those that were killed during that. But, I think it's a stark reminder of what's going on in our country right now, where we were at 9/11 versus where we are now, and the things that are happening with the UK being overtaken essentially, and some of our states being overtaken. And uh, I think we need to all keep our heads on a swivel. So, thank you, Paul. Appreciate it. Take me to prom anytime. Yeah. Speaking of prom, Frankie has homecoming this weekend, and I'm crossing my fingers that her dress gets here by tomorrow. I haven't checked. I've been checking it every day, and it just keeps saying it'll be here by Thursday. Let's see if there's any new update on her dress because it's starting to get. Oh, it says it's arriving today. Hark and praise. Cool. It should be here soon. So hopefully, yeah. So here's hoping, and here's hoping it fits because we don't have time to find another dress really. So, but Sid, did Mike save you and Frankie the bacon? He did actually. He saved us half of a jalapeno popper, which I ate because Frankie didn't want any, and he saved us a chunk of that steak. Um, and I ate. There was like a little medallion of it kind of off to the side, and I ate that when we got home, and then I cut the rest of it up the next day and put some of it in our salads. So it was good. It was good. It was good steak. It was good bacon, good popper. It was good everything. So, and it was a great game. The state game was awesome. I mean, I'm not like I've told you guys before, I'm not a big football fan. I would never actively like seek out to go watch football. Um, and it was a long day because we were there well before the game started. We got there at like 11:30 to campus, and we couldn't get into the stadium until I think they opened the thing at like 4:30. So from 4:30 until 6:30, we were just killing time inside the arena. And before that, we were killing time inside the truck. And then the kids came back after lunch and they hung out with us for a while. So we had, three teenagers with us most of the day. And then we all walked up to the stadium together, and then they had to go meet the band group to go in. But it was great to watch her on the field and doing what she loves, and very blessed to be able to see that. And she had a great time. It was a great experience. I think she's going to want to do it again next year. Um, so I'm sure she's going to jump on that opportunity because she really enjoyed it. And it was great to see it. Some of the Arizona fans were not super respectful. And I will say, I did hear there was one group of they might have been in their 20s, but they looked really young. I would say teenage boys that were Mississippi State fans that were just saying terrible things to a couple of Arizona people. But quickly other state fans were like, hey, that's not what we do, and kind of, and somebody said, oh, they're drunk. Whatever. But So they called him on it. But there was definitely a screaming match between the AZ State fans and a Mississippi State fan that was sitting over here, and the Arizona guy started cussing this guy out, and he was like, "Hey, there's kids here. Knock it off. Like, just we can disagree. We can have sportsmanship. Like, we can, you know." Um, so it is what it is. Glenn and Shannon's Salty Life. Hello, good to see you. They've started playing the games. Yeah, like I said, I don't watch them. I don't actively I'm like, "Ooh, there's a game on." Like, I don't it's not exciting for me. But, like, I go to the home games at our high school because Frankie's performing. If she wasn't, I wouldn't sit there through the game, you know? Um, but I do get excited and I get into it and I try to pay attention, and I'll be the first one to admit I don't know all the intricacies of the rules of football, but I get the basics of it, and, like, so I know when to cheer and when to, not for the most part. Um, but, um, but yeah, like, it was kind of that game was actually very exciting and very, very well played, and that winning touchdown was just out of nowhere, and it was fun to watch. So it was pretty cool. And all of those dishes, yes, Greg, it was a lot of dishes when I came home. He texted Frankie while we were on our way home that there was some steak and bacon in the fridge, in the oven, if we were hungry when we got home, and to tell mom not to look at the kitchen. And it was just granted, he cleaned up a little bit. He did take the junk out of the sink mostly. Um, and I think he rinsed some of the dishes and then he stacked them. So there was like two big stacks of dishes uh next to the sink. So I dealt with that on Sunday, the next day, because I was not about to start doing dishes at 11:30 at night when I was already exhausted. But sitting on the benches at that game threw my hip out of whack for sure. It was not great. So, Lonely Hitchhiker Kent, hello. The father of my granddaughter will watch any football, soccer, real football game on TV. Yeah, I don't it's one of the reasons that I was like I always joke that's the reason I married Mike was that he didn't like football. And he likes football, like, he played in high school a bit, and he'll watch a game if it's on, but he knows himself, like, he's the type that if he starts watching games, he will wanna watch all the games, and he will get, like, super invested, and he's like, "I don't have time for that." So he just chooses to not watch it unless we go to a high school game or he's somewhere and it happens to be on TV. Like, sometimes Sunday lunch, if there's a game going on, somewhere, it'll be on the TV, and I'm sure, there's no harm in that, but yeah, he has no idea sports-wise what's going on, which is perfectly fine with me because 'cause I'm not a sports person. So, it works for both of us. If my Texas Aggies aren't playing, I don't watch. There we go. Yeah. Well, I know what is it, the 27th, I think, of this month, which is the same weekend that the Williamsons are coming now. They had to bump it out a couple weeks, but the Williamsons, Dwayne and Chantel are coming to visit us that weekend. And I guess it's state versus Tennessee, and uh, Trey, Frankie's boyfriend, wants to go to the game, or I guess it's his sister's birthday, and she wants to go to the game, so the whole family might go, and Frankie might go with them. Um, so we'll see. She may end up going to that game, but Mike said, I was like, oh, I can't root for state during that game because he's a Tennessee boy. I used to be a huge college football fan until the NIL stuff started. I don't even know what that is, but I believe you. Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't really care for them. I don't really watch them. Like I said, it's kind of fun in person. I guess it's sort of like the difference between, when they have those concerts that you can like stream, that have been recorded or that are whatever. It's like I don't if I'm gonna go to a concert, I want to go to a concert. I don't want to watch it on TV. Like, I don't want to watch football on TV, even though when I'm at a football game, I end up watching the the monitor because I can't see. Because we all know I'm blind. But yeah. I stopped watching the NFL 10 years ago. Too rigged. Oh, yeah, I could see that. Yeah. It's it's kind of, it just seems like lately with almost anything, it's very, I don't know. Some things seem skewed lately, I guess, but I could be wrong because I don't follow that stuff. So I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. I got it tomorrow. This is what I'm hoping tomorrow. I'm hoping I can get Mike to get up like 10 minutes earlier before he has to start work and give me a quick run through on, he got one of those, what do you call it? Like a torch. He got a torch for like burning stuff. And I had sprayed all the weeds and all the creep grass that had gone into the it's the gravel, and it's brown, it's dead. And so I want to burn it. And so I'm gonna try to have him give me a quick lesson, because right now I don't even know where it is in the shop. I'm sure I could find it if I dug through enough stuff, but he's got it in there somewhere. But I'd rather him give me a quick, like, 5-minute lesson, um, so that I can tackle that tomorrow, and I'll film it for you guys because I'm sure it will be entertaining. Um, and in other news, that duck that hatched out those 5 ducklings, I knew she was sitting on those eggs under the oak tree. I think I included it in one video. If I didn't, I had shot one quick little piece saying she was sitting on eggs, and maybe I didn't throw it in a video. I may not have. I thought I did, but maybe I didn't. And I don't know what happened to the rest. She had more eggs under there, but then she was down to 5. So I don't know. There was a storm in between, so I don't know if some of those eggs got ruined or if they got stolen, because she wasn't sitting on them at first, obviously, because she was collecting the clutch. And they usually wait till their clutch is done before they start sitting. And I was watching them when I went to California. She'd already been sitting for a few weeks. And so when I came back, I thought, man, shouldn't they be hatching soon? But like, I also hadn't really paid attention. Like, it was around, I want to say she started sitting the beginning of August, and Muscovies take usually 35 days to hatch, which would have put us in the beginning of September. So she wasn't late. It just seemed like it had been longer until I stopped and thought about it. But anyway, I saw the first one hatching, and she was airing it out. She was kind of hovering over it, so I could see that it was like, coming out. And then she hatched, all 5 hatched out within the next couple of hours. I went out there to check on her again, and she had all these fluffed out ducklings under her. And then she just like, she's been momming them. Like, she's been taking them around, and like, I put a little water thing out there for her, and I give them feed in the morning. And she hasn't lost a single duckling. And normally the last few times, now I think she's one of the babies of my original group, so she's like 2nd generation. And I'm pretty sure, because we sold most of the ducks to our friend Mr. Leland from church. And what is that in the driveway? I don't know. I just saw like either an animal or something, but it went behind the big chopped up pine tree. So, oh, I don't know what that is. I can't tell. It's something. Anyway, those moms that I had originally kept, if you guys remember, they kept dipping out on their kids. It is probably big, but they kept dipping out on their kids. And so if any of those that I ended up having survive were ones that I collected and brooded, because they were just booting them. And like the one I tried to let her raise her own, they all ended up disappearing and dying. And she was just kind of like, you're on your own. She left them like right after they hatched, and they were like, we don't know what to do. And she didn't stay with them. This one has stayed with them, guided them around the yard, whatever. So I'm like, okay, at least she's being a good mom. Because and Bunko has been chill with them. Like, and I've told this to Mike, I'm like, he understands the difference between the birds that he'll occasionally get, even though I yell at him. He knows he's not supposed to. He only once in a while does he get like a songbird. It's only happened about 3 times. He got 1 hummingbird one time, and he's gotten like 2 other birds, like songbirds. But I always yell at him when he does, because he brings them brings them up, and I tell him no. But he like I always praise him when he brings me like a lizard or a frog or something like that. And he knows because he's seen the brooders that I have in the garage and things. When I brooded in the garage before we built the brooder, so he knows like, oh, these are supposed to be here. Like I think he understands. And all our previous barn cats, I've never had them go after any of the livestock birds, like never. So Bunko's been leaving them alone, and then the mama's not letting him get too close either. Like he's near them, but like he doesn't try to go after them or anything. He doesn't even like stalk them and do the, none of that. He just, oh, there they are. He's well fed, so he's not, he's good. He brought me a frog the other day. He's good. Um, it's Frankie sneaking in. She's late from school. No, she's at church right now. I just dropped her off at youth. So, hello, Mike Birch. What's going on? With a bear chasing some sheep down a hillside path, the bear totally ignored the pedestrians trying to get the sheep. Oh my goodness. That's not scary at all. I had to get after Kusi today because I was cleaning out their water trough in the U pen with Kusi. Kusi's in with the U's, and Tashka is in with now just Anne and Mo, Moses, our new ram. And I was spraying out his trough, which normally as soon as he finishes eating, he wants to come and stand in his water trough and drink. And I had dumped it and then I was spraying it out, and then I was refilling it, and then I moved it for a minute and it sprayed him. And if any of you have livestock guardian dogs, you know, as much as they love water, they hate hoses. Like they will get in water, they will get in mud, they will do all of that. But if it's like water that's coming at them from a hose, it's the end of the universe. So he lost his ever-loving mind and took off running. Well, this startled the sheep, and the ewes took off running. And so he wasn't really chasing them, but at first, but then when they split and started going like this, he was like, oh, this is a fun game. And he, again, wasn't really like he was chasing them, but he was like playing with them. But like he could have closed the distance really easily, and he never did. But I was yelling at him because I don't want to encourage that behavior, right? And I know it was because he got spooked because I startled him, but like also no. So I grabbed him and I had to chain him up. I probably left him chained up for like, it was already getting pretty hot. So I only left him chained up for like 30 minutes while I went and did Beulah and brushed her, and came back and let him off, and, wasn't nice to him. I mean, it wasn't like, didn't beat him or anything, but I like, the difference between when you're like, you want your animal to know they did wrong. And I told him, bad dog, we don't do that. But I didn't like, okay, Kusi, I'm going to let you go now. I didn't do it. I was just like, go, and so then he went running up to the water trough and got in the trough and started drinking water. And of course, at that point, him running again startled the sheep, but this time he ignored them, So I know. Yeah, the water hoses are evil. They really think they are. Like, cracks me up because he'll get in that water trough and stand in it and sit in it. But if you put a little bit of water on his back, even just scooping my hands like this, he jumps out of there like his butt's on fire. I don't know. It's crazy. The evil water hose. I know, I'm telling you. Hello, Newman family, aka Spencer. What's going on? 120-pound shepherd loves the water hose. Well, what's funny is like Lundy is a German shepherd, and a lot of times German shepherds love to like jump in pools and all of that. Neither her nor Lundy, when we had the pool, we could never get them in the pool. Like Lundy would get on the first step after a while, after we lived there a while, and after we'd had her a while. And we took her by it as a puppy and everything. She just would never took to the water. And Skylar, she would get on like the first couple of steps. Like she'd get in, like, I guess up to her elbows, basically, or her armpits, essentially. But they would not go swimming in the water. But Lundy, when Frankie was little and when Lundy was little, if the kids were swimming in the pool, she would run around the perimeter, and if they would get close enough, she would try to grab their hands like gently and try to pull them back in. She thought they were all drowning, but she was not getting in the water, but she was still trying to save them. It was funny. I wish I had a video of it because um, it was it was like a regular thing for a while until she realized like, oh, it's fine. But it was like a year of her trying to save children in the pool before she realized nobody was dying. And she would bark at them and she would like race around the pool and try to get to them, but she wouldn't get in the water like for anything. So they're good that when I say it, if I say it right now, they both might perk up. When I say it's BATH time, and then I always ask who wants to go first, who volunteers as tribute, and one of them will come forward first. And it's usually, well, it's about 50-50 as to who comes. A lot of times it's Lundy, but it's about 50-50. Usually I try to do Lundy first just because she takes longer to really get into her thing and get her hosed off. But sometimes I do her second. And it's a lot. It's a lot, you know. I'm going to save you, but I'm going to do it from far away over here. It's exactly what that's exactly what it was. And it was the funniest thing because and then she would like try to get our attention and we're like, we're watching them in the pool. Everything's fine, Linda. You don't have to save them. And she would be like barking and trying to get their hands, and like drag them back in, And we're like, okay, good girl. Like, good gosh, prayers for Charlie Kirk's family. Crazy people in this world to do something like that. 100%. 100%. My healer loves the water but hates the mower being ran down the street. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Yeah. Well, and it's funny too because they, if I'm home and Mike and Frankie take Truby, my truck, to go do something and come back, they will bark at the truck. If I come home in the truck, they know it's me and they're fine. But if I'm home and the truck pulls up, they lose their minds. They get excited. They come to the door, but they don't start barking when I pull up to the house. Um, they always bark if Mike's car comes down the driveway. They bark at the side by side coming up the driveway. Like if Frankie goes down to take the trash or do the mail, she barks at that. And then because Mike's car doesn't get driven as much as mine. So I guess they're just not used to it as much. Like, I don't know. They think it's something else and they bark at it. And then half the time they bark at Trey's car like it's stranger danger. But then half the time they realize it's Trey's car and they're fine. So, and they usually bark at it only if Frankie's home. If Frankie's not home and the car pulls in like after school, they know that like, oh, Frankie's in the car, so they don't bark. It's weird. But they sometimes bark at his car and sometimes don't. They don't bark at him. Like once he's in the house, like they're like, oh, it's just Trey, but dogs are so funny sometimes. They crack me up. Watching my outside birds bathing. Aw. I had a dog one time who loved the water so much that I had to jump in and save her one time. Oh no. She would swim till she almost drowned. Oh no. That's no good. No good. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Yeah, so anyway, I want to try to have a quick lesson with the torch tomorrow so that I can torch all the stuff that I sprayed all around the property, which is mainly just like the driveway area, around my garden bed, and around the side of like the garage and part of the shop, like in front of the brooder in that area. I kind of want to get that and get that torched, get it cleaned up. And I've got a burn pile I need to burn and like a few other kind of like cleanup things that I want to do. So I know, sit in a cactus burner. What could go wrong? Absolutely nothing. Fire. I just want to get I want to get some stuff done because like I said, the Williamsons are coming in a couple weeks and I want there's some clippings that were like put in piles that need like raked up and like dumped either into compost or the fire pile. Just do a little bit of clean up just have things looking nice when they get here, because they've not been here before. It's not like if David was coming or if Tim was coming, I'm like, I wouldn't be like, oh, I want to make sure it looks like I'd still clean up and do stuff, but I wouldn't be like, oh, it has to be pristine. But like, this is the first time they're visiting, so I want it to look nice. You know what I mean? Like, I want their first impression to be good. So, your old German short hair would get in the shower with you. Aw. I used to take Mel, which is before we had YouTube, really. So she was never really in a YouTube video, I don't think. Um, but I had a rose-breasted cockatoo that I got when I was 20. I think I was around 20. I was 19 or 20 when I got her. And she passed away a couple of years ago. She developed a tumor and she ended up dying. I think it was New Year's Day. And she like had like a stroke or something and she like squawked and fell to the bottom of her cage and died instantly. But she was sweet and I used to take her in the shower with me for her bath time. Safety's off for sure. That's right. That's right, Spencer. That's right. Fire, fire. I know. Like Beavis and Butthead. Fire. Yeah, so 10 years ago. That's right. That's right. Yeah, no, she was 16 when she passed. Yeah. She had her Costco bottle of Break shampoo. I know, make sure local FD is on standby. I know, I'll call the the fire chief is actually our neighbor down the road. And she goes to our church. So I'll call Jennifer and be like, just so you know, I'm playing with fire. She'll be like, please don't. I've met you. No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, totally fine. Totally good with it. 100%. With a full tender. That's right. Yeah. So we'll see. Um, but anyway, I do want to get that stuff done. Do want to get some stuff cleaned up. I did a little bit of that this morning, like moved some boxes and I unpacked like my subscribe and save came. So it was like, toilet paper and toilet bowl cleaner and like my Lysol wipes and things that I get through that and put all that stuff away and took all the boxes to the burn pile. So just some stuff like that. I'm going to try to spend a little bit of time out there tomorrow doing that because I don't want to jinx myself, but I don't think that I have to go anywhere. I don't think I have to leave the house for 2 whole days, which is very exciting for me. Um, Thursday, I think the kids are going to come over after school for a little while before practice, but then they'll go to practice and then Trey will drop her off on her way home. So I don't even have to drive to town. And then Friday, they have an away game. So she's not even coming home in between because they got to leave so early to go to the away game. And then he'll bring her back after the game and drop her off on his way home. And then, because he lives past us, so he literally has to pass our house from the school or like from town. So it works out really well for me. So I don't have to go get her in the middle of the night after a home game. So he's gonna bring her. So I'm like, if nothing else, Frankie, you guys can't break up until until you get your driver's license. But anyway, so it works out really well for me, so I don't have to go get her in the middle of the night because that's not fun. I've had to do that before, and it's not great. And then Saturday I got to take her in the morning to go get her nails done for the homecoming dance, and then I don't have to worry about it the rest of the night because she's spending the night with a friend, and I'll meet her at church in the morning. So try to get some like kind of deep cleaning done that I want to get done around here on Friday, since I don't have to worry about the kids coming over or like anything. So Thursday, I'm going to try to like get some chores done, get some filming done, get some editing done, get it ready for Friday, and then Friday, clean. That's my plan. That's my plan. So that's right. With a quick, Frankie, get the tractor full of water. I know, right? Just in case. Well, she'll be at school, so I'm on my own. Hello, Alan. Good afternoon. The local fire helicopters. Oh, I don't know about that. Chris Thompson, hi from Wyoming. How's the horse? She's good, as ornery as ever. She's got this new thing now. I think I told you guys about it, but I'll say it again. We're working on it. Um, she suddenly doesn't really want her left side brushed or petted or messed with or you on her left. So I've been working with her on that because I have no idea why. She has no injury there. There's nothing happening. She's just arbitrarily decided that now that's her bad side. It used to be the other side. Now it's her left side. Fine. So we're working on that. It's a slow process. But I have got her now where I can tell her to move over and she'll come to her right and swing around so I can like do what I need to do on her right. But her left, she's like, nope. And then when you go to brush her, do anything on her left, she like does her like ears back evil thing that she likes to do. So we're working on it. Every day is a new gift with Beulah May. You never know what the new thing for her is going to be. And this last couple weeks, it's been her left side. So her right side is brushed and clean, but her her left side is not so much because she's like being pissy about it. I don't know what to do with that girl. She's a lot. We find out if the water drop planes fly over Sid. I know, right? And you'll hear about me on the news. Happy birthday, Chris. Happy birthday yesterday. True, but I'm sure it will be fine with the FD being on a standby. Yeah, that's true. One of my best friends, her birthday is September 17th. I had just had the reminder go off on my calendar for next week today. I've known her since I was 2. She was maid of honor in my wedding. I just saw her when I went back home to visit. So sit with a flamethrower. Safety's off. That's right. That's right. Yeah, I'm sure it will be. Most of it's on gravel. So it's not really anywhere for it to go. So I'm pretty good with that kind of stuff, like I'll do one section at a time. I'll make sure it's out. I'll do all the things, I'll be careful. It'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. A party on Saturday? Oh no. Yeah, so I think the kids are going to come over for pictures before they actually leave for the dance Saturday because Frankie wants to do her now traditional picture with Kenny, the tractor. So it'll be cute. So we're going to do that. And then this year they're doing red. So he's got like a red bow tie and she's wearing a red dress. So a baby shower party. Oh my. I hate those. My 2 things that I hate the worst is baby showers and bridal showers. I hate going to them and I hated even having to have them when I got married and when I had a baby. So I made my baby shower very low key. We didn't play any games. It was co-ed. I think we did it. I want to say we did it on like a Super Bowl Sunday, if memory serves. And we just had the game on for people and like in the living room. And then the rest of us were like doing whatever. So I have to go. I'm the mother's father. Yeah, there is that. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna film the cleanup that I'm working on tomorrow, and the burning if I'm able to get Mike to give me a lesson, or if I can at least locate said torch. Because like I said, right now I don't even know where it is. He said that he played around with it to like test it when he got it, but I don't know where he put it. But I also haven't looked for it. So there's that. I will say this though, Paul, the cake at baby showers is usually pretty good because pregnant women are good at picking out treats and food. So the food usually at baby showers is pretty good. Just gonna say. 43 years. Wow, Billy, that's a long time being a firefighter. Holy moly. Thank you for your service. Yeah, for fence rows too. Yeah. Mike found that on the like wet weeds or wet grass that was still green and thriving, that it took a lot of propane to like burn it. So that's why he had me spray the areas that we wanted to do so it would be dead first. So it would, because it was so like overgrown, that it would help it to not use as much propane to burn it out because, you know, obviously you don't want to spend $1,000 in propane to like burn out one patch of weeds. So hopefully, you know, yes, wedding cakes and baby shower cakes are the best. That's true. I concur. Yeah, and I know what's the is it Bluebell? Has that wedding cake ice cream, and then there's like the groom's cake ice cream. Yeah, those are decent. Now I want ice cream. Thanks, guys. Actually, I wanted ice cream earlier, but I was gonna get some while I was in town because Frankie, today's Wednesday, which means the summer I turned pretty. The next episode dropped. Did I say Bluebell or did I say something else? I think I said Bluebell. I know I said the bell part. Did I say something else before that? I don't know. Anyway, I was gonna stop and get ice cream, but we left late because she was cutting up watermelon for Trey before we left, and he was staying behind to work on homework because he was borrowing her Chromebook because for some reason his Chromebook doesn't work on his Wi-Fi at home, and it doesn't like so anyway. So he was doing his homework here while he was waiting to go pick up his mom across the street from the cousin. So Mississippi mud blizzard. That sounds good. Oh, I saw that they just came out with that. That looks good. I did say Bluebell. Okay, good. I didn't know. Bluebell, like the flower. Yeah. They have some good flavor. I like the oatmeal cookie one, the Little Debbie oatmeal cookie flavored one. That one's good. Yeah, it's good. See, now I really have to stop. Now I'm gonna have to go to the store and get ice cream before we come home to watch the next episode of The Summer I Turned Pretty. Thanks a lot, guys. I might just have to do that. Besides, I was sad today. I deserve ice cream. That's my that's my excuse. I know. I didn't have it until we got here. I feel like I had seen it at a couple grocery stores in California, like in Ramona. But I don't think I ever bought any. And actually, surprisingly, the Dr. Pepper float, I think it's called, of the Bluebell is actually pretty good. So, but yeah, I don't think I ever really had it until we moved to Mississippi. And then they had like all of the flavors of Bluebell. And I've had it a couple times now. I'm like, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Like it's better than like, you know, dryers and I don't know, briars and dryers and all that stuff. The only thing I will say, my two favorite ice creams, and the one I haven't had in a long time. I take that back. 3 favorite ice creams. I love everything but the kitchen sink, which is Ben and Jerry's, which I try not to buy anymore. And I haven't bought it in a while, like a while. They have a like pumpkin cheesecake swirl or something too that they have around the holidays that I really like. But I haven't had that one in ages either. And then I think it was Dryers that used to do a pumpkin flavored ice cream, and that was amazing. I'm sure they still do it. I just haven't seen it in years. Um, Dr. Pepper, also born in Texas. You're welcome. Yeah, anything Bluebell is good. Yeah. See, I don't like bananas. So I can never get behind that one, Spencer, but you know, is what it is. Um, oh, oh my gosh. Oh, sorry, my friend just texted me. Anyway, yeah, no, I'm gonna have to go get us some ice cream for tonight, I think. I think tonight calls for ice cream. I made a really nice soup last night, um, which I might have leftovers of for dinner tonight. I did. It was kind of like a catch-all. I ended up doing, I think I talked about it on Sippin' and Spillin'. Um, Mike had chopped up a bunch of bell peppers that he didn't use all of the for the ferment. And then we had still some pressure can venison and some, I think I grabbed the turkey broth off the shelf. I thought I was grabbing the chicken broth, but I grabbed the turkey broth, which is whatever, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. And I think the turkey broth is probably like a little creamier. I don't know. Anyway, So I did like the bell peppers, an onion, and I threw in um, a bunch of different seasonings and cayenne powder pepper that he made last year that we're still using, and garlic and all that stuff. And then the pressure can venison, and I had some orzo that I threw in there. And I think it was orzo. No, it wasn't orzo. It was, what was it? I forget. It was one of those really tiny little pearl pastas. I forget which one it was. It's like one of the really, really tiny, tiny little dot ones. It wasn't orzo. It was something else. Anyway, I can't remember. It was one of the like kind of obscure ones that there's so many different names for so many different pastas that I could never learn them all if I tried. Anyways, one of those little teeny tiny ones from that. What's that brand? I like Diretti, Dicetti. I can't even remember. I just know it's blue and yellow on the box, and it's like from Italy, and it's like it uses that durum wheat. Um, so it's like a little, and it's dry aged, like it's a little bit healthier. Anyway, um, so that and what else did I throw in there? I threw something else in there. I don't remember. Anyway, there's all kinds of stuff in there, and it actually turned out pretty good. Um, so I might have some of that for dinner. I was gonna make a salad for us, but like the day with everything, I didn't plan on spending, 3 hours glued to the news and being emotional today. Um, so I didn't get the salads made. And then we were having, a discussion with the kids about it because Trey and Frankie were here and we were all upset and talking about it. And they had started talking about it because it happened when Frankie was in history class. And they were discussing it in history class. And so it was just one of those things where I was just about to text her to tell her that I had just heard that it had happened. And she texted me saying, Mom, Charlie Kirk was just shot. So kind of crazy, but yeah, you'll eat it for me. Okay, good. We have Cook's Dairy where I live, and I try to buy their dairy products. They have a cotton candy ice cream that Emily loves. Oh, right on. Just slide your nanner split over here and I'll tell you how good it. Yeah, see, like I don't like banana pudding. No. I had my friend make me a banana-less banana pudding, and it was amazing, which apparently is just like the wafers, the chess cookies, and vanilla pudding. But that I loved. I'm like, oh, I can see what all the fuss is about now, minus the bananas. It's great. So it's in the Sunk Ape Hunter. Oh, hi, it's the Sunk Ape Hunter. How are things going with you all? Well, hello, Ape Hunter. Skunk Ape. Oh, okay. The Skunk Ape Hunter. Gotcha. Okay. Going well. How are you? Yeah. Yeah. Definitely been glued to the TV. And like I said, I haven't gotten an update on anything as far as the manhunt goes. Obviously, unfortunately, Charlie Kirk did pass away from his wounds from this now attempted murder is now murder. Um, one would even say assassination because he's a high profile figure. But yeah, so I'm anxious to kind of put on the news and listen to it when I go to pick up Frankie here in a couple minutes. So we'll see. Your daughter makes the best nanner pudding from scratch. My friend Beth apparently makes a really good one. She says the secret is that you have to make it the day before you want to eat it. And she has this fancy trifle um, thing with with the stand and then like that, and she layers it in there. And every year for Mike's birthday, since we've moved here, um, she has to make him nanner pudding. So that's what he gets every year for his birthday. And sometimes he gets it out of her twice because she made it for him for his Sunday lunch choice. And then when we actually did his birthday dinner, she made him banana pudding. So he got it twice that week. That's right. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. I appreciate it. Yeah. YouTube has been, I don't know if they're like shadow banning us or what, but definitely have had a dip in views lately, unfortunately, which is affecting the channel. So, like even today, like there's only 46 people in the live. It's like, yeah, so our views have been not great lately, guys, which is kind of a bummer. I've been throwing different things at it, trying to make it stick, and YouTube is a fickle lover. That's right. So yeah, make sure you hit that thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Not the first guy, right, Lonely? The first guy was a mistake. The older looking gentleman, I think he had a blue shirt on and like khaki pants, and he had like a receding hairline, gray hair, and glasses. That was not him. They released that information too early. That he was involved in another altercation at the event, and people saw that and just started posting that he was the shooter, and he was not. There was some religious um, debate or something going on between him and somebody else, and it was getting out of hand, and they got him on the ground. I don't know anything more than that, but I know that they are, last I heard, they were still looking for the guy. So if that's the guy that you're thinking that they got, that's not the guy. They were still looking for him 2 hours ago, but I hope, I mean, I hope they did. If they got him in custody, that'd be amazing. They said the shooter was in all dark clothes. Oh. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so maybe they did find him. Okay, I'll have to dig into that when I get off of here. Cause yeah, I definitely I hope I hope they find him quickly. I'm assuming it's a him. It's usually in these situations, it's usually a man. Nothing against you guys, but not a lot of women spree shooters out there, despite what the left would have you believe, I guess. But yeah, I did. I did already. In fact, I'm sure she's blocked me by now. I called somebody on a nasty post that they put, and you know, basically called them out for like, where's your humanity right now? Like, why would you post this? And she retorted with, where was your outrage when when children were being ripped from their parents, wondering where their parents were going? And I was like, if you commit a crime, don't bring your kids with you to commit that crime. And then a lot of other people started chiming in, supporting what I was saying, and she turned off comments because she didn't like the way it was going. She didn't get the response she was hoping for. But that's, you know, yeah, they reported at the time of my live, they had a person of interest. Okay. Okay. All right. That's good. They believe it's professional. Shot came from quite a ways away. Yeah. I mean, they said it was what I heard in the initial reports. Again, I'm sure there's more accurate current information now, that it was believed to have been within 200 yards. Um, they obviously were not aiming for that. If they were aiming for a headshot, or if they were aiming for center body mass, either way, they were off by a little bit. So professional, I don't know, some training, yes. Some practice, maybe not even training, maybe just practice. Um, we'll see. But I'm praying that they do get the person that pulled the trigger, and that they uh, prosecute and punish to the full extent of the law, because that's how it should be, in my humble opinion. It's not a chip shot. No, it's not. I mean, that's what Frankie and Mike shoot when they're shooting deer. Um, it's and they manage to get into that spot on the deer, you know, every time. So thank you, Big Country. Appreciate it. Yeah, Auntie Ann, her toilet exploded. She texted me, and they had to go to Lowe's to go get that taken care of. So that's why she's not here. If you guys are wondering, she's okay. She's not sick or anything, but her toilet apparently pipe burst or something. I just read her text quickly, so I don't remember the details, but I know she was on her way to Lowe's. So we do all need to be safe out there. 100%. Yeah, need to be safe. I think that If you're in a position where you can carry, you should carry. I think that, especially in places of worship, or places where different ideologies are being discussed, I think we have to be more vigilant and pay attention, and if you see, look up, pay attention to who's walking around on the roof, or if you see movement, and then tell somebody if you see it, um, you must have had Taco Bell. Yeah, there you go. Must be. Yeah, and 100%. And all the people that witnessed that were standing just a few feet from him, how traumatic. And people bring their kids to these events. They have young adults there, college students and teenagers that come to hear him speak and to debate with him, from both sides of the aisle, and different beliefs, and have different questions for him, and want to debate with him. And so, how awful and shocking to stand there and witness that. Have somebody murdered right in front of you like that is, I can't even imagine. So, yeah, that's true. That's true. Hello, Alan. Yeah. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. And I didn't see an alert, but I also didn't check if DD5 was going live tonight. So go pop over there and see if DD5 is doing their thing tonight, and show them some love. And I appreciate you guys. And, keep the good fight, guys. I know a lot of us are like-minded, that those of you that tend to follow our types of channels, and just pray for his family, pray for justice, pray for some people to wake up to the things that they have been saying and preaching, and I won't even say preaching, they've been spouting some pretty hateful things and some pretty crazy things. And I hope that maybe this will jar them out of that. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. As always, stay blessed, and safety is off.